Well, it's over. Guess we have to wait for Hawkeye now. Yep.
Journey to face the unknown and ponder the question. What if?
Salutations, everyone. I'm Nirobikochi, and welcome back to where we finally put rest to the question, what if? For now. And it's the series finale of What If, shockingly. I didn't know we would get here this quickly. Feels like it's been too soon. It's only been 9 episodes. Why couldn't it be 10 episodes? A perfect number to end on. 10. Come on. We could have just ended with 10 episodes. It's gonna mess up with me so much because it shouldn't be 9. It should be at least 10. I don't know. It always bothered me when that episodes don't end on a 2-digit number. It just makes me I don't know. I don't know. Somehow it infuriates me for some reason. But we're left with 9 episodes. But I mean, seriously, we could have given an episode to Gamora. What was her story? We get a name drop of who she kills in her universe, but we don't follow through with that. She's the one person that got shafted in character development and was shafted in an episode of What If. But not as shafted as Tony Stark. Oh, I went there because Tony Stark keeps getting killed and screwed over in any universe he's in. Gets killed in What If episode 3 because of the murder mystery. Gets killed in What If Zombies because he gets turned to a zombie. Not even his zombie him gets any leeway either. That zombie him just dies immediately because of Wasp. And then he gets killed off again by freaking Killmonger. Then he gets killed off again by Ultron. And now his pig gets killed because they're not gonna put him in the final fight between the Guardians of the Multiverse versus Ultron. Yep, Tony Stark doesn't get to be part of that fight. He's just like, nope, not you. I don't need you. The Watcher doesn't need you. I need Gamora, bitch. Goodbye. And that's it. Spoiler warning for everyone and to anyone who hasn't seen the show in its entirety yet, of this glorious show that has some ups and downs, and it did. This show had a lot of ups and downs. If I had to make a tier list of episodes that I liked, number 1 is What If Ultron won, and I think it's side by side with number 1 is What If Ultron won, and it's next to What If the Watcher broke his oath, because it's technically a 2-part episode, so obviously those things are both at the number 1 spot. Number 2 is What If Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands. I love that one. Number 3 is What If T'Challa was Star-Lord. I love that episode. Number 3 is What If Zombies. I love that. What If Zombies is really great. I love the What If I love the Marvel zombie comics, and this episode fit perfectly doing that. And I hope to see more Marvel zombies in the future if it's possible. Number 4 would be What If Killmonger saved Tony Stark. I love that episode because I love the villain. I love Killmonger. I loved him in Black Panther. He was a fantastic villain in that movie. And luckily, it's Michael B. Jordan returning for the role. and bringing life to that character, even bringing new backstories and likes to this character, even showing like, yeah, Killmonger likes anime, he likes Gundam, lol. And I did enjoy that. I enjoyed Killmonger's rise to power and how he can manipulate both sides into making him powerful just so he can accomplish his goal like he wanted to in the movie. And I enjoyed that. I love that. That was pretty cool. Um, Number five is the what if uh, the Avengers died. I love murder mystery movies. I love murder mystery films. I do enjoy them. I think they're pretty awesome. Uh, I say like they are really cool. I do love those murder mystery type kind of films, and this one was perfectly made. I enjoyed it all the way through. Yes. Number six or seven, I think I lost count, is what if Peggy Carter was the first Avenger? It made it to number six and not number seven or eight or six or seven or whatever. I'm sorry, I lost count. Because at least in that one, I have more fun with Peggy Carter. Because the bottom tier episode I do not like is Party Thor. Like, what if Thor was an only child? Like that episode just annoyed the hell out of me because it was like if it took all of Joss Whedon's jokes from the first two Avengers movies and then those jokes spreaded like a virus throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe to plague the entire series forever. And this is like the abomination. This is like the awful, deformed looking creature that is Party Thor. It just is terrible. I hated it. It was just the worst episode I've seen in What If that made me annoyed. I just did not like that episode. This episode, however, what a cool way to end things. And it ends on a positive note, which I can't blame the creators for going for a more positive note to end the series on because we have gone through a lot of dark and depressing shit in this season already. And yeah, it makes sense to put in a more upbeat note, a more positive note to end on and make things like happy and everyone can rest easy and wait for season two. Maybe season two will have a darker ending. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping for that because I do love it when the show gets dark, when it gets depressing, or when it gets interesting to the point where it's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that would be interesting if that actually did happen in the MCU. Like there was a lot of good like difference and changes in the movies that were in the series that I loved, and they did a perfect job of making these what if episodes and trying to ponder the question what will happen if this thing changed. I would like to see more older movies be tackled in the MCU. I would like to see that. I would love to see them tackle the first phase more, or tackle more on the second phase, or any phase on the older. Hell, I would like to see the new as well and see what's gonna go and happen. What's going on? Oh no, what is gonna this something's going to be attacked, something's going to be terrible that's going to happen, or maybe things are going to go in a positive light. Like with the T'Challa episode, I loved how everything was so positive and upbeat, like Star-Lord, like T'Challa fixed everything in the galaxy, and then he forgets that he has to stop Ego the Living Planet for taking down Peter. And then, he does. He does save Peter Quill in order to save the universe from Ego trying to expand his mind across the universe. And then after that, T'Challa gets chosen by the Watcher because the Watcher is going through every different timeline from each episode. Well, not every episode, but from the episodes on each character and episodes that were previously, and collecting them to say, hey, I need your help to defeat Ultron. And of course, Agent Carter gets the worst intro because every time I see Agent Carter be like, oh, look, she's just being Captain America again, because it's different because she's Peggy Carter, not Steve Rogers. And then they show her doing the Winter Soldier thing, the intro to Winter Soldier, and I'm like, oh my god, does she also did On Your Left as well? When she met Falcon, she probably did. But it was interesting because, like, wow, you just did the Winter Soldier intro just with Peggy Carter, and that's it. Nothing interesting or new happened. It was just the same beat by beat movie, except for the final part where we find out that Peggy Carter is gonna see Steve Rogers again because apparently he's probably like in cryostasis in his own suit for how many years, waiting for Peggy, I guess. And I joked around and said, like, no, the ending's gonna be dark. Peggy Carter's gonna see a skeleton in there and she's gonna be depressed again. I know that's savage of me to say, but it would have been it would have been depressing, yes, but at least you would know, like, well, she's gonna meet him anyway, because if it's gonna go by the same beats as Avengers Endgame, she'll go back in time and meet up with Steve. Killmonger gets chosen also, which was the weirdest thing ever, because you know that dude's gonna betray them at the end. You just know it. Party Thor, obviously, he was gonna get chosen as well, because why not? And Doctor Strange is also in this. I'm sorry, not Doctor Strange. It's Supreme Strange, the comic book accurate Strange, to be more specific. Has the right cape. He has like the right look to Doctor Strange, only he looks more like he's been beaten down and depressed. And you can tell that Doctor Strange and Benedict Cumberbatch, whom I didn't acknowledge, that he had the best acting in all of the series, because I loved the emotion, the gravitas of his performance in the Doctor Strange episode. It was so beautifully made, and I loved it. How he owns that performance. I think I do love Cumberbatch as an actor, and I thought Doctor Strange had the best, like, climactic fight ever, where he just repeats time just to annoy Dormammu, which was pretty cool. I thought Doctor Strange is a pretty cool character. He's great. I can't wait for Multiverse of Madness. Hopefully we get to see maybe a live action version of this Doctor Strange that was in What If. Hopefully, I don't know. Just a little nod to see him like inside the ball, the magical force field he's in his own depressing universe that's nothing but black. I don't know. I would like to see a little reference or at least a nod to it if they're gonna do that. Uh, and they're all of them, even Gamora, who sadly gets like the short end of the stick of no character development. She's just there to bring in like the ex machina machines that she brings. Like, oh, I brought this Infinity Stone Crusher to destroy the Infinity Stones when we pin down Ultron. Like, that's her one purpose why she's there. And also to wield her father's sword, who she killed in her universe. She killed Thanos. Don't know how that was possible, but something bad happened in the Gamora story that things are different when she killed Thanos. So I don't know what's going to happen in that universe, but they're saying they're going to make a season 2 and they're going to explore that story on the second season. I don't know why you couldn't do it in this season. That seems kind of odd. But I did love that these characters are together and they're working off each other trying to figure out how to defeat Ultron. Like, Thor is the party dude. He likes to drink a lot, eat a lot as well. And you see Doctor Strange trying to, like, cherish these last times he's going to be free from his prison that he created. So, drink a little. But again, he can manipulate reality. And if he can just bring, like, alcohol drinks out of nowhere, I feel like he could make, like, a nice, comfy home for himself inside that depressing little prison of his. I don't know. Just a thought if he is going to do that. Or if he can. And I do like this semblance of heroes and calling them the Guardians of the Multiverse. And even the reasoning behind why Killmonger is in here and why Gamora is here, it was actually pretty interesting what they did. And also the reasoning why they are in the destroyed timeline where it's all apocalyptic and Ultron already wiped out all known life in the universe. And we see Natasha Romanoff, we see Black Widow, who is the last surviving life ever in her time, in her universe, and she's depressed, she's down her luck, but seeing these heroes gives her hope that they can defeat Ultron. And seeing Ultron, like, fighting these heroes, he takes, like, no for an answer. The dude is, like, powerful when he has all the Infinity Stones, but luckily T'Challa, with his, like, sneaky quick fingers, he stole the Soul Stone, and now Ultron is, like, has less power than he had before, that he can't even kill them. And seeing Ultron take these punches, seeing these heroes fight together, it was so cool. Even them recreating the shot from the first Avengers movie of seeing them together, back to back, like, about to defeat Ultron. It was so cool. Like, the action was really great in this episode. I did love them working together, fighting Ultron and taking him down, beating the shit out of him. 2 freaking vibranium shields just freaking, like, beat the shit out of Ultron. And I know that the shield is the one that her father had, I think. And Peggy Carter's shield, her shield withstands, like, Ultron's, like, blast, while Black Widow's shield just breaks apart easily. So I can tell you this much, it must have been a cheap knockoff vibranium shield that couldn't work well. I mean, it can't be the same shield from that Taskmaster used in the Black Widow movie, and we all know how amazing that Taskmaster was in Black Widow. And seeing, like, Black Widow think quickly, oh yeah, I have Zola. I can go and upload his virus into Ultron, and then Ultron will be killed, just like that. And it does work, until, Zola's gonna go and use the Infinity Stones for his evil purposes as well. But then he's beaten by freaking Killmonger, because Killmonger's like, nah, nope, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna reshape the universe as the multiverse as I see fit. which is really true, because how much power can Killmonger get up to? Like, if he knew the knowledge of the Infinity Stones, if he knew the power the Infinity Stones could do, Killmonger will have a field day, like, reshaping the multiverse to his own whim, to what he sees fit as perfect. And that is a scary thought, to think what he would do with those Infinity Stones. But Zola stops him and tries to grab the Infinity Stones away from Killmonger, and Killmonger tries to grab the Infinity Stones away from Zola. To which then Doctor Strange was like, I'm gonna put you in the same hole that I put myself into. And he traps them in a small circular prison, just like he is in currently. Watcher takes him back into his prison and tells him to watch over Killmonger and Zola and make sure that none of them finally gain control of the Infinity Stones. And which is pretty cool. The Watcher basically took two evil people, well, one evil person, and he was like thinking, well, Killmonger is an awful person in this universe, and he manipulated everyone and killed Tony Stark and killed Black Panther and killed Rhodey. So I'm gonna go and take him, and I know he is gonna go. The power that Ultron has is too good to pass up for him, that I know he's going to take it, and I know that Zola will go and betray Black Widow. So I'll have those two dueling at odds with each other for eternity. And Doctor Strange, I hopefully know that he'll figure it out, which he does. So the Watcher knew. He knew why he picked these few select people from different universes. Not because they were in the same season, but it's because, well, it kind of is. This is just a creative way to just say, let's just bring everyone in. Just basically Smash Brothers. Everyone's here. And the Watcher knew what was going to happen. He knew how it was going to end. And because the Watcher sees all, he knows all. He basically Doctor Strange does, where he saw how many possibilities this would have happened if they lost or if they won, and he saw one possibility that could help them save the entire multiverse, which was pretty cool. I did love that. I loved how creative this episode was. Kind of interesting that they brought these characters all together and knew what their purpose is in the team to make sure everything will go right in saving the multiverse. And seeing them all go back to their different timelines and having a nice positive ending. Even Black Widow, she doesn't go back to her timeline. She goes back to a timeline where all the Avengers are dead except for Captain America and Captain Marvel. So she's now the replacement Black Widow for that timeline and helps them defeat Loki from taking over the entire Earth. So yeah, I love this. What If overall had its ups and downs? I give it like a 7.5 out of 10 because it's not bad, but it's far from perfect. I say like they can fix a lot of things and take some constructive criticism from a lot of people, what they thought of the show and what they could have done better to help make the show more compelling, or at least take the feedback of what episodes everyone else liked and try to give more of that, or at least have a nice perfect balance of happy or depressing. And I would be okay with that. I do want more zombies, but I think they're just gonna pass away that trend anyway. But yeah, this show has been a ride, and I loved it. I loved it more than WandaVision. I loved it more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I mean, I loved WandaVision, but Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like the bottom tier Marvel show at this point, because it was fine. I enjoyed it. I just wished it was... I feel like that show could have benefited more being a movie than a TV show, honestly. Because with WandaVision and Loki, I think those premises they had for WandaVision and Loki, those shows, with all the character development they make and the mystery of what they did with the characters and just ask you begging questions, it did fit more as being a series. While Falcon and the Winter Soldier could have been just another Marvel movie and that's it, but they instead just made it into a TV show that stood on its soapbox for too long. And hopefully Hawkeye will be a good show. I say What If is like up there with Loki. I love Loki. Loki was a great show and I still enjoy it. I can't wait for season 2 of that show. I can't wait for season 2 of this show as well. I really do want to see more What Ifs. And again, as I said in the first review I did for this show, everyone loves what ifs, and not just with Marvel, but with a lot of other stories as well. Like, I would love to see a what if Star Wars, or what if other things. Like, hell, a what if, like, DC kind of show as well. Seeing, like, what if these superheroes did this and that or whatever. I would love to see different takes on different multiverses, on other shows or other properties that are popular, and see the questions being answered there, and wondering what if Anakin Skywalker listened to Obi-Wan Kenobi, or listened to Mace Windu and not kill him but kill the Emperor. Would he be staying in the light side and he would have fulfilled the prophecy? He probably would have. And we would have a more peaceful galaxy, probably. Who knows? Who knows? It's interesting to see that idea be more in other shows as well, or other like famous, like popular IPs out there. It would be so cool to see a what if story in a whole, thinking like, oh, there's a different universe out there for these shows or whatever, or movies. I would love to see that. I would love to see that with anything, anime or etc., you know? But anyway, hopefully we'll see more What If in the future. This has been fun, reviewing this show, talking about it, and just loving every single moment of a show that I actually enjoy, and seeing how creative they can get, and sometimes kind of teeter off the map a bit and say like, that was alright. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, that's awesome, and if you want to subscribe, that's cool as well. Anyway, I'll see you Wolfpack in the next one. Ciao, darlings.
Ow, ow, ow! Ow! Ow!